Aquarius. It's your girl, JV. Ivory's just back at it again with the general tarot reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Gemini season 2021, baby. Patreon is getting everything first. It is what it is. I'm doing my best to be generous. For daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, justj_everything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Now, Aquarius, when I leaned into your energy, I felt slow down and plan, and I almost said list. So there is something about maybe making a list or crossing things off the list. I just heard not letting anybody keep you from crossing things off the list. That could be a thing. Jupiter just left, just got out of your sign, but we'll be back on, damn, I just broken out. But we'll be back on July 28th into your sign. Saturn, which I go by traditional rulership. Saturn is retrograde until October 10th in your sign currently. And so business, money, career things, time, karma, things are slowing down. The karmic debt is coming due. The bill comes due. And that's something that came very clear for Capricorn as well. Your ruler, Uranus, your main ruler, Uranus is halfway through Taurus, and it's there until 2026. So fam, like, get busy getting adaptable, because things are gonna stay unexpected, are gonna stay like sudden. There's just a need for you to really allow yourself to be flexible. And while Saturn is retrograde in your sign, you're really going to be able to, it's like, there's like a test of you being able to enforce your own boundaries, discipline yourself. So you're going to really you're going to need to be working through disruptions. Disruption in the home, disruption to money, business, values, status, your current status quo, possessions. Disruption to whatever you consider mine, like whatever you're like about. There are disruptions coming there, and so you're going to really need to be flexible. On June 12th, Venus in Cancer will be sextiling Uranus in Taurus, and so this is a great day for business, for love, for like lovely little happy accidents is how it felt like. So I want you to stay open-minded and optimistic, even though Jupiter is leaving your sign, because he'll be back. On the 14th of June, Saturn retrograde in Aquarius is going to be squaring Uranus and Taurus. And so there's something about your plan versus divine timing. Your plan versus the divine plan. Definitely tension with people with heavy Capricorn, Aquarius, or Taurus placements. And I just keep writing, stay adaptable, because sudden and unexpected changes. But you guys should be used to that shit by now. So hydrate. And because Gemini rules the lungs and we need breath, breath is life, I want you to empty your lungs. Exhale as deeply as you can. And then take a really deep breath. So we're asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Gemini season 2021. And because Gemini needs constant stimulation, we are switching it up and using the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot Deck by Matt Hughes. It's fucking beautiful. I wish there were more brown people. I may color them in. I've been saying it in every reading. First thing out, and these flipped over together, King of Wands and Six of Pentacles. King of Wands, Six of Pentacles. I hope you guys are able to see that. I'm going to put them out to be clarified. First thing out to be clarified on the Selenite throne. King of Wands, what's going on with leadership, Aquarius? You may be put in a leadership role or maybe trying to pursue something. There also could be, King of Wands is Sun in Leo. So there may be someone with heavy Leo placements that is investing in you, or you're investing in them, or the tables are turning with this person. There also could be someone that, like, the King of Wands also often shows up as the husband. And so there may be somebody that you're deeply, deeply committed to, and you're taking things to the next level with this person, or the tables are turning with your husband or with your partner, your spouse. But I also feel like some of you, there may be a boss or someone in an authority that is investing in you or taking a chance in you in some way. But I also feel like you guys are really stepping into a fiery role. There is this need for you to really tap into tap into your leadership skills, tap into your confidence, so that you're able to create something that's really of value, something that you're really excited about, passionate about. There also may be someone that's just very charismatic, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that is helping you see the way that the tables need to turn. I also feel like there may be a mentor or investors coming in. Someone maybe with heavy earth placements investing in you. But there is a need to evaluate power role, like the power dynamics in your life. I also feel like someone may be being like really kind of agitated. You may be showing up feeling really agitated, being a little testy. But also, I want you to, some of you may have some sort of calcification of spirit, or calcification of your sexuality, or calcification of confidence. There may be some way, some of you may be feeling restricted by work, or restricted by what you're trying to build, or what you're trying to create, or restricted by the recent changes that have come in. The King of Wands, though he is a king, he doesn't necessarily want to be bound by responsibility. So there may be someone that is really fiery, or you're committed to, or is struggling with what they've committed to. That's going to manifest differently for everybody. But the King of Wands usually wants to be more free, move more freely about the cabin, but he has too much responsibility to be able to do so. I do feel like some of you, there may be someone who's like kind of chameleon. I just heard a chameleon. Maybe like kind of changing their spots in some way, or changing their story. But there is a need to really take a look at what you're doing with your passion. Are you still passionate about something? Are you still invested? How are you receiving treatment? I just heard I just found this like quote where it's like, how you're treated is more important than how much you like someone, and how much you love someone as well. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Gemini season 2021. I feel like some of you have there may be someone with heavy fire placements, or someone that you're committed to that you feel like you haven't been receiving what you deserve in some way. Well, we're clearing that out. I got a bell. I like it. It's time to clear out that energy. I feel like in the ways that you have accepted less, or accepted breadcrumbs of what you deserved, the ways that you've let yourself settle, it's really, the tables are turning. Some of you are really going, because you're stepping up in responsibility, stepping up to the plate in some sort of way. There is like you being in the position of power now versus being the one asking. You being in the position to give or be generous. And there's a real need to be patient. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Gemini, season 2021. The Four of Pentacles reverse. Capricorn got this actually, but they got it upright. And there is something, the restrictions get less. I do feel like the restrictions, going from the Six of Pentacles to the Four, whatever feels restrictive, it dissipates once you go inward and really take a look at whatever it is that you're clinging to or holding on for dear life to. A lot of you are really like not spending money, or you're fearfully spending, or you're nervous about finances, so you're not spending as much. There is this turning of the tables that's coming to that, you being able to be more abundant, but there is this need to the devil. Wow, this is you guys, Capricorn and Aquarius. This is Saturn. There is a need to take a look at whatever it is you are attached to, and the sooner that you look at the devil, whatever it is, the darkness, whatever the restriction that's coming or that's already being felt, whatever it is, you get power from it whenever you look at it. Some of you may be clinging to someone, clinging to maybe even yourself, clinging to your identity, clinging to like the desire to break free, to live life more freely. 10 of Cups. There may be somebody, and bottom of the deck is Strength. 8 of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Aquarius, there may be somebody with heavy fire placements coming in that, especially if they have heavy Leo placements, Aquarius, I feel like this person is just family or just business in some way. And Strength at the bottom of the deck is coming up. Strength, 8 of Wands, is like there's something coming in, there's something happening that has been making you guys feel weak. And your response to that weak feeling has been the King of Wands, where it's like, nah, fuck this. There may be a lot of aggravation, or you may be just really, really assertive and confident about making sure that you change the trajectory of your life, that you no longer cling to fear, that you're no longer clinging to unhealthy attachments, no longer clinging to whatever is dominating over you, or whatever you feel bedeviled by or bound by. Some of you may be dealing with letting go, a Capricorn, Aquarius, drugs, partying. There also may be letting go of fear and allowing yourself to explore more sexually. That the devil's sex, drugs, and rock and roll, babe. So for sure, I feel like some of you find deep happiness and fulfillment once you face your darkness, admit something to yourself, admit some sort of weakness, what you may consider a weakness, but whenever you face it or look at it, it really actually turns into a strength. And I feel like that's where you guys are at now, like uncovering your strength. Aquarius, let yourself go to the depths. This is Saturn, which is retrograde. So there is in your sign. And so there is this slowing down of business, going from the Six of Pentacles to the Four. So definitely finances, business, hustles, clientele, whatever it is, may slow down a bit. And your response is to prepare, not to just like whine or be nervous or anxious about the slowdown. use the slowdown to your advantage. Use the slowdown to invest in other ventures or to invest in bettering this current venture that you have going on. Use this slowdown period to change your fucking life, babe, because that's what it sounds like you want to do. That's what it feels like you want to do. And changing your life is getting out of scarcity mentality and no longer like cowering away. Some of you may be for some of you, this kind of feels abusive. That's not going to ring true for everybody, but I do feel like some of you may be experiencing some emotional, verbal, or even physical abuse. Some of you, I feel like, have had too many times where you've cried yourself to sleep at night over this person, over this connection. And it's really time for you to release it, take a look at it, and step into your power. Especially while Saturn is retrograde. Because the whole Saturn retrograde is all about like, hey, it's time to really look at the really, really real, truest of everything. No more sugarcoating, no more wishful thinking, no more thoughts and prayers or building shit off of potential or this. For some of you, hydrate. For some of you, and this came up for somebody else too, I just feel like someone is in a situation, or you're making someone feel this way, where it's like, oh, they're only, they only drink every now and again, or they've only hit me once, or they've only done, it's just like, no, don't stop making excuses for the fucking devil. And stop keeping yourself in any kind of situation where you may not feel safe, or physically, emotionally, or you may not feel safe to be yourself. This could even be friends. There could be like a friend group that you don't feel safe, you don't feel okay to be yourself. There's definitely someone with heavy Capricorn placements. 4 of Pentacles is Sun in Capricorn, and then the devil is Saturn, which is Capricorn and Aquarius. So we're going to look at this in the plunge, but the 10 of Cups is like, go ahead and get busy facing this and dealing with this and letting this go and resolving this and detaching yourself from this. And not only detaching yourself from this person, once you do it, don't jump into another relationship, or don't jump into another partnership or another career that's just like this. Because for some of you, it could be a job that you've put in a lot of time or a lot of effort into a career, and it's just like, it's time for you to be honest with yourself. I gotta look at the time. It's time for you to be honest with yourself about how fulfilled you actually are. Because there's something about you, once you face it, there is real deep fulfillment that gets to come in for you guys. I feel like some of you are trying to like have the devil's baby. Some of you, or maybe some of you have had the devil's baby, and that it's already like the connection is there. So you don't tell yourself. Some of you, I feel like, are working. Some of you are staying for the kids or trying to make it work for the kids, and like you already know the truth. You already know it's not going to. I feel like if you're staying for a child in a situation, you staying is actually going to do more damage to the child's psyche than you actually detaching yourself and taking, what is of value and your shit and getting out of Dodge. I do feel like some of you may have miscarried recently, or some of you may have may have terminated a pregnancy with someone that you can't attach yourself to. And I want you to know that if that is the situation, there is comfort and relief and healing and peace available to you once you really choose to look at the reality of the situation and make sure that you are willing to change your behavior, that you're willing to instill more discipline, more discerning in your decision-making skills, like really prioritizing yourself more highly. Because the devil, that's Luciferian energy, it's very hedonistic. It's like, I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I feel like some of you are really in a place where you're having a choice between like domestic life or family life. Some of you are having a choice between, I don't know why, I do feel like babies or something with kids is coming up. Some of you may be really resolving wounds from your childhood. When Venus enters Cancer, it's really, really important for you to acknowledge the ways that you are keeping yourself stuck or restricted, or the ways that you're not happy. Because, yeah, the 10 of Cups is out, but it takes a fuck ton of rain to get a rainbow that big. And especially, it's going to be different if the devil's on your back while you're trying to get to that 10 of Cups. So no evasion, Aquarius. I feel like assertion, yes. Evasion, no. It's time for you to really acquire a new type of control over your emotions, over your passions, over your sexuality. I do feel like some of you may have been may be a bit willy-nilly with your sexual energy, and so there's I feel like some of you may be dealing with soul ties, feeling kind of lonely. But especially when Venus goes into Cancer and towards the end of Gemini season, there is opportunity for you to really rise up within your power and reach out and acquire this brand new cycle of emotionality, of happiness, of fulfillment, of creativity. This could be definitely a new job coming in that you're really happy about, or a new project coming in, or entrepreneurship, you starting something that you really are happy with. Maybe even collaborating with another Capricorn or with another Aquarius or Capricorn. Or someone with heavy Leo placements. There's definitely someone with Leo around, or maybe someone on the Leo cusp, Cancer Leo cusp, that there is an ending, a certain level of like misery or sadness with, that you really don't have to you have the ability to opt out of. So it's just time. Center of the reading, it's coming up. It's time to look at the way, what you have attached yourself to, and how the actual fuck you can get yourself free, babe. I love you. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.